I'm driving instructor Jay, and in my 10 years of teaching the rules and laws of the road, the DMV driving test is a topic all my students want to talk about. They want to know what to expect, how to pass, and how not to fail. Let's get started. Most tests are in the 10 to 15 minute range, and it's very rare for a test to last over 20 minutes. First things first, make sure that your seatbelt is on. Now, before getting in the car with you, the examiner will usually walk around the vehicle and ask you to turn on your turn signals and step on the brake. When the examiner gets in the car with you, they will then ask you to identify controls for your headlights, windshield wipers, window defrosters, hazard lights, parking brake, horn, and gear shifter. They'll also ask you to demonstrate your 3 hand signals: right, left, and stop. The examiner will really get an idea of what kind of driver you are based on how you navigate out of the DMV parking lot. There will most likely be a sidewalk you have to cross when exiting the parking lot. Don't forget to yield before this sidewalk. After leaving the DMV, your drive test is basically broken down into 2 parts. 50% in residential neighborhoods and 50% on major city streets, though not necessarily in that order. In residential streets, your examiner will grade you on your steering control, lane positioning, speed control, smooth braking, traffic checks, right-of-way rules, navigating a curved road, left turns, right turns, curbside parking, and reversing alongside the curb. Pretty much the basics. On major city streets, the examiner will grade the same basic concepts. In addition, they will have you make a few lane changes. After driving around for 10 minutes, you'll head back to the DMV where you finish your test by simply pulling into a parking spot. What's not on the DMV test? In the state of California, you will not be tested on freeway driving, 2-point turns, 3-point turns, and to the relief of many students, parallel parking. How not to fail the test? While there are several ways to fail your drive test, they fall into 2 basic categories. 1. Making too many little mistakes. Or 2. Making one major mistake called an automatic fail or critical driving error. By far, the most common minor mistakes made on a DMV test are missed intersection traffic checks, which can easily be avoided by making sure you look left and right before you pass through any intersection, even when you have the right of way. Other common mistakes include not coming to a full stop for 3 seconds, not maintaining a consistent speed, not driving or stopping smoothly, and not scanning the road or checking your mirrors often enough. More common than failing for making 16 minor mistakes is failing for committing a single auto fail or critical driving error. Let's list them. Failure to use auxiliary equipment, disobeying traffic safety personnel, striking an object, disobeying a traffic sign or signal, improper speed. Also, you only slow down in a school zone when children are present, making a lane violation, when you accidentally drift out of your lane into another lane. Examiner intervention is when the examiner has to help you by telling you what to do or what not to do. When the examiner gives you directions, it will always be make a right turn. And then they expect you to make the turn on the very next street. Keep both hands on the wheel. Always keep both hands on the wheel even when you are patiently waiting at a red light. Keep your head moving with a purpose. As I mentioned earlier, forgetting traffic checks is the #1 point people miss on the drive test. Know your right of way. Not knowing the right of way, either by impeding someone else's or forfeiting your own, often leads to an auto fail. Right turn on a red light. On your drive test, we recommend not making right turns on red lights unless asked by your examiner. Don't forget to smog. By now, hopefully, you know that smog stands for signal, mirrors, over the shoulder, and go. And you need to smog before every single lane change. However, many people forget to smog before the following maneuvers: entering bike lanes, making right turns without bike lanes, entering left turn lanes even with a medium in the road, entering a center left turn lane, pulling over to the curb to park, pulling away from the curb to enter traffic. If you forget to smog before any of those situations I just listed, it's an automatic fail. The best advice I can give you for your test day is this: just be the best driving version of yourself. Go out there with a smooth, calm confidence and show the DMV examiner that you know your stuff. Don't drive overly cautious or differently from how you've been practicing. We'll see you all on the road very soon after you earn that license, of course.